Okay, welcome back to Kerbal Space Program. Doing a little catch up here. Haven't been on in a while. I think we left a Kerbal on the moon. I think we need to go get him off of the moon. Turn the sound down a little bit. Start my timer here. Apologize for this. We've got a lot of things going. What is that? I've got a lot of things going. I've got those two satellites, the Sentinel telescopes, mapping asteroids, incoming asteroids that are endangering Kerbin. I've found a few. It seems like every time you speed up, you fast forward time, it it'll throw up a couple. So they come and go. Starting my stopwatch here. We were going to the moon. I had some things going on. Oh yeah, these. Yeah, here we go. Those are still going to Jewel. They still have a year to get there. I've got one just left for Drez. It's going to Drez. It just left. That one's going to Drez. That one's going to Moho. Let's see. What we want to do is go to the moon. And if you remember, we landed. Oh, and it's right there. I really didn't know it's going to be that close. I wanted to talk a little bit, but here we go. This is a good time to launch. So we're going to, Moon Lander. We're going to fly that. The moon is coming over. I believe I've got all my enough fuel and everything. So we're just going to look real quick. We're going to target the space station. Oh, this is Tedley. Yeah, Tedley just landed. Target that. And essentially what I'm going to do is I'm going to take off and I'm going to meet it up here and we're going to dock with it. So let's see what we can do. Let's see what we do here. As soon as I take off, I need to turn 90 degrees, so I'm not really sure which way that is. There he comes. That's him right there, Mun Station Adara. So we're going to, I should be taking off now, but engines, everything is set. Okay, here we go. Let's see if we can do this. I'm going to hit F5 to save it right here before I take off, just in case. Volume down a little bit. I want to turn 90 degrees here. Watch our Apple Apps is scrolling. We're shooting for about 28,000 meters here. 28,000 meters. So we'll look 28,000. Don't want to go too fast out of the way. I mean, he's scooting along there at 536 meters per second. Keep an eye on everything. I think we got the fuel. Closest approaches. Way behind it, so I'm going to aim just a little bit this way. See if I can get these closer here. If not, it'll be okay. We'll just get up there and then kind of wait for him. We'll catch up with him because we're on a lower orbit. But if I can get him really close, you know, I'll do that. Bringing it closer, bringing it closer. Okay, we're going to stop right there. That's about as close as I can get it. I left a little late. Of course, retracting the ladder and everything. Tedley wasn't on time. He was caught off guard, I guess. But we're going to get up here. We're going to dock. Let's see, what do I have? Lights and everything. Do I have a light to dock? I think we did some experiments, so we have some experiments on board. So once we get them up to the space station, we can load them into the laboratory and start making science again. Just kind of waiting here. I usually take this time and just kind of study my next move. I don't like to rush into it or do anything quickly, you know. Thinking of what I could do, what could be done, just to change my situation a little bit. You know, could I fly closer to, or should I just go ahead and get everything in orbit and then work my way into? That's what we're going to do. We're just going to go circularize, make a more circular orbit, try to drop it below. I want to be inside of its orbit so I'm catching up with it. So I need to lower my apoapsis and make sure my periapsis is lower than 33. So what we'll do is we'll get to here, kind of speed up. And get us a good, gets us a little bit closer. I'll do that. That keeps me below. Change this to orbit. Lock on to. Thank you, Tedley, for doing that. And in about 1 minute and 32 seconds, we're going to make a burn. It's a 12-second burn. There is the Adara. It is getting away from us right now. We left a little bit late. That's okay. We'll catch up in a minute. We're going to be below it in its orbit. I am going to speed up time here a little bit. Closer. We want to burn about 6 seconds here. Down here we want to burn about 6. It's going to be about a 12-second burn. Speeding up to catch up to it. Good orbit there. Let's see how that looks. Now at the moment we're still behind it, but we are going to catch up with it. And right here we'll be within, that'll be really good. We won't touch anything and we'll be within 6 kilometers when we come back around here. So, and that'll be good. It'll be on the daytime side. I might work on it so that I can, it's in the middle of the day over here. Normally I like to catch up right about daybreak, you know, right as we come around the terminator here, the day-night terminator, and you can start to see things. Yeah, that looks really good on our next pass around. So I'm going to speed up time here a little bit. After I come past this, You can see us. We're below him in an orbit. You see that? We're below it. So anything below, or going around faster, I'm going faster than he is. So of course I'm going to catch up with him. Speed up time a little bit. And we should be within, what did it say, 6? I don't remember, but I am going to, make a little correction burn, catch up with it a little bit sooner, hopefully. Speed up here a little bit. Catching up with it, catching up with it. Okay, let's see what we can do here. See if we can see what can happen. We still have it set as our target. We want to make, that separation is 0.6. That's 600 meters, that is good. I just wish it was closer. So what we're going to do is we're going to aim at the ship where I want to go. Now you have to be careful when you do this, but because you don't want to lower your orbit or raise it too far. You don't want to be wasting fuel. But I just want to make this meet it over here. Just get it a little closer than what I am right now. So. It says it's getting further away, further away. Yep, that's why. Almost goofed up. Now it should be getting closer and closer, should be. Why is it getting further and further? See, this right here is where you don't have patience and you goof something up. Which is what I have done. Our closest approach will be right here. It's 3 kilometers. It's 3,000 meters. I'm getting closer. I'll wait till I get here and then slow down and then burn it. So essentially I'm aimed toward it and I'm flying toward it. So, by the time that our ships meet, we'll be way over here. I'm just drifting now, drifting toward. See, I'm in the sunlight. This is where I'd like to be starting my maneuver to dock. Here is Kerman in the background. We're 11 kilometers, getting closer. I'm going to speed up time here a little bit. I think it said we would be within 3 kilometers, so speeding up time, speeding up time. I think we're just coming over top of our launch site the last time here. Yeah, I tried to make a better rendezvous, get closer and everything, but it just didn't work. So that was. I had a 600 meter encounter and I messed it up. But what we'll do is we'll get up here, we'll get within 3 kilometers of it, I guess, and then I was just trying to rush. I mean, we got plenty of fuel. Just trying to rush, trying to do things too quick. a little bit. What I'm going to do is essentially cancel out this. This is going to say 0 here in a minute, and that'll mean that we're on the same orbit. We're just behind it just a little bit. And then I'll just slowly catch up to it again. Got that to 0. Essentially, we're on the same orbit now. And we'll be within 1.1 kilometer. But normally, if you face your... If you point your craft towards where you're wanting to go, now you'll get to it. So we just do this incrementally at a time, just a little bit at a time. And I'm within 1 kilometer right there. I would like to be there a little quicker. Okay, so we should be within 100 meters in just a moment, and then we will turn around and slow down again. I'm only heading at it at 5 meters per second. I really like to go at it, like 10 meters per second. But we're close. Let's kind of watch it come into view here. What you don't want to do is hit it. Getting closer. 1.3, 1.2, here we go. Should get down to about 100 meters from the station, and then I'll just burn off our 8.4 meters per second here, and we'll be stationary compared to it. In relation to the Mun Station Adara, we will be stationary. 400 meters. Yeah, you don't want to time warp or go too fast into this one. Just closing in here, 300 meters. Getting ready to fire our rockets. We're slowing down now. We're going to bleed off all this excess speed down to 0. And we're 150 meters away. That looks like a good docking port. I'll just pick a docking port. That's not even a docking port. Oh, that's an engine. Look, I'm trying to connect to the engine. But here is our docking port. Let me go ahead and kind of turn around into the sun here a little bit. It's on target. Make sure our solar panels are getting sunlight. Now what we're going to do is just get a little bit closer to this and try to pick our docking port out. Now I could use RCS fuel. Let's see. Yeah, I got enough monopropellant. We'll just use RCS. Kind of getting a little closer. I don't know if my lights are... I don't have a light for docking, so I'm just going to turn the lights off. Getting in a little closer. Sometimes, you can turn the engine off so that you don't accidentally fire your rockets into the space station. That would be bad. Very Kerbal-like if you did that. Explosions and all. We'll get up here close enough so we can see what's going on, and hopefully it'll be a daytime docking if I can do it really quick. We do need to get close enough to see. Now, sometimes you can make it easier on yourself by switching over to the space station and orienting it so that you don't have to do much, and then come back to this spaceship and you don't have to do much maneuvering or anything like that. But we'll see what's going on when we get up here. Oh, I think there's a docking port right there. There's a docking port there. Let's go ahead and do that one. Okay, we're going to slow down. Okay. Try to get my orientation here. Sometimes we like to, if you go into lock mode, then up, down, left, and right is essentially on your keyboard. It's a lot easier. So if you want to go up, you just push down. I know it doesn't give really a good view out, but I'm going to open the shield, control from here. You just have to orient yourself, the way, I guess the way that you can, the way that you can fly it. What looks good to you. You want to just kind of be easy, don't get too out of control with anything. You can tell I'll be coming in kind of at a weird angle, but we'll straighten that out. You just have to get closer and closer. This little taps on the controls. You don't want to get too out of control and start flying away from it, or hit a solar panel and knock it off. Okay, and what I'm doing is I'm kind of rotating my ship to orient with that docking port. I used to be able to do this really good, but they changed the way the rotation, linear rotation works, and ever since then I can't wrap my head around it. Okay. Now I'm just watching the nav ball down here. I'm going to line up all three of these dots right here, my prograde, retrograde. And hopefully I will come in. Like I said, I like doing this on the day side. And I'd like to have some light, but well, I want to make sure that docking port is the right size. Get in and it'd be too small. That's a light. That's a docking port over there. Oh, I've got something attached to that one. guess I better make sure. I don't want to do it just yet. Everything's coming in. I think I have a docking port on here somewhere. Oh, I got one on top. Yeah, that's the one I need. I think this one on the side is too small. Within 12 meters. Which one? Docking point. Yep. Set that one as a target. I'm going to back off a little bit. I'm going to raise up here. Oh, see, I hate this. Yeah, that was a small docking port, and this is the one we're wanting. See, I like to be able to look at what I'm doing, and I hate the way this is done. So we want to go up. Oops, go up. Kind of fly forward a little bit, then rotate down.
That is the kill burger.
That looks about right. Okay, coming in. Have to make another couple of, see how that like this. There we go. All you have to do is get kind of close, and there's magnets on board that will take control of everything. Kind of pull you in. Go down a little bit. Coming in at a meter per second. And there we are. We are docked. So if you remember that last mission, we landed on the moon. He did some experiments. He sat there for quite a while. And now we've got him back up here. Here is the laboratory. We've got a couple of guys working away in there, researching some experiments. And here's what we're looking at. The data of 401, but we've got room for 750. So let's see if he can transfer any of this into the laboratory to try to beef up our rate of science per day. Right now it's at 5.4. So I know we took a temperature reading, so let's do the temperature. Did we forget to do the temperature? No, we've got review data here. So we can put this in the laboratory and get 100 data out of it, and essentially start processing that data. But let's look at another one before we do that one. We're going to keep this experiment. That was the seismic experiment. Here's the gravity. Again, we'll get 100 for that one. Let's keep that one. I kind of want to put the smallest ones in first, so I get rid of a lot. That one gets 60. So I'm going to put this one in. That'll give us 60. Let's see, what were we on again? We were on 400. Oh, so 260. We might be able to put all three of them in. So here we go, review data. We're going to put this in the lab. Start processing that. That gives us 6 science per day, and we're at 461. So let's go back to the seismic. Review that one. We're going to put this one in. And that gives us 561. I'm quite certain we'll put the ravioli one in. Whatever we did on the surface, we're now taking those experiments and putting them into the laboratory. Now essentially we could take it back to Kerman and get 7 science for it, but by doing this on these small, it's not a whole lot of science. We did a lot of science, and we did take it back to Kerman. That's why this green line is so small. But putting that in here now gives us almost 9 science per day, per Kerman day, and we are at 661. We could probably put another, I don't know if we have another experiment. Yeah, this one, the goo canister. Let's review this data. We can put that in for 50 as well. So let's put that in. Yes, I know that will be inoperable, but we have a science lab here. We can clean out this experiment and restart it. So where do we sit now? We sit at 711. We could probably put 39 more in, but I don't know if I have it. I may have a crew report. Review the report. I do. I have a crew report. So we're going to put that crew report into the science lab. We should be about full. 736 out of 750 gives us almost 10 science per day. So we're going to leave it at that. Good job, Tedley, I think it was. Tedley went down. He brought back some experiments from, I forgot to even look to see where those experiments were from. I know they were from the surface, but I don't know what, if they were Midlands, Lowlands, or what. Oh, I probably did one over here. No. Well, let's see. So let's fill them up again. That's going to be good. That's a good mission. He landed on the surface. We got back. Let's see how much fuel we have. We got 34. This tank's about half full. We've got plenty liquid fuel and oxidizer here. And we've got lots and lots of fuel here. So, we can fill him up again, send him back down to the surface. Let him do his thing again. He can do several missions going back and forth. Fill that center tank up, and I'll wrap this one up. I'll fill up the other ones off camera, the other 4. That way he'll have full tanks. If he decides to go back, we may even get some more. We didn't use a whole lot of RCS fuel, but here we are, just going around to the night side. So it was perfect timing. We docked during the day. It was kind of we were shooting for this small, where was it? Yeah, we were shooting for this one, and that's I think that's called the Rockomax, or the Clampetron Junior. Yeah, the Junior. So last minute we had to change over to this one, and all's good. All's good. Anyway, I hope you liked the video. Thanks for watching.